Why are you doing this?
Well, because I have to.
Okay. Dope.
What exactly is the point?
That's not the fucking point!
Okay.
Dope! I have a podcast. But what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Do you think this is easy?
This might be the cure.
Okay, fine. Go.
Okay.
Go! Podcast.
Checkity check. 1 2 1 2. Here we go. Going to the zoo.
1 2 1 2. Check it. Check.
Hey
Check, 1
there,
2. Check, check.
guys.
Check
How
1
we
2.
doing?
Check.
Check.
Testing.
Check 1
testing.
2.
Check.
Check 1 2.
Check it.
Okay, all right.
Oh man, I'm
Levels.
fading from that
Levels.
cinnamon one.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Oh guys.
Stay with us.
Oh lordy.
You can do it.
Thank you.
Energy.
Okay.
Pop. We're hip hopping and bebopping.
Okay.
This is a
This
podcast.
is my nap hour.
Was I supposed to prepare anything for this, or is this
Nothing.
Yeah,
like
this is the most produced podcast. Yeah.
This is like a real. This is a gotcha.
yeah,
gotta-
this is
This is
so
a prank
good.
show.
There's a gotcha.
I tape an iPhone to a tripod, and then I'm like, oh, what do
The
you got?
whole podcast is just
What do you
watching
got?
somebody watch you set up. Like you're just filming someone like, fucking, should I help him?
I forgot the one bag that had the phone holder for the tripod, and then so now it's taped.
It's good though. It looks good.
Yeah.
That's not going anywhere.
No. It
That's
doesn't-
the obligatory. You have to say that.
Yeah, it's not going to. Okay, so welcome to the Okie Doke podcast. Today's guest,
We're so lucky to have.
one of the most decorated comedians in Canadian comedy.
Decorated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the
in the
yeah.
army.
And
Yeah, just for
and
laughs.
he's wearing
Conan.
a lot of tinsel for those who are
who
only
are just,
listening.
Yeah, not watching.
Yeah.
He's
full of-
wearing a lot of decorations.
It's true.
yeah, you're sponsored by Party.
Yeah.
Party
well, they
Palace
see that.
in,
Yeah.
in Surrey.
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit of Halloween.
They're really trying to branch out. They're launching Spirit Christmas, which I am a sponsor for. It's going to be an all year round Christmas store. 24
24
hours,
hours?
24 months of the year.
24 months of
They're
the year.
open 24 months.
It's mostly
Yeah.
just slutty
24
Christmas costumes and wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow white wigs.
And they
Little
want. We're
merkins,
trying to get
white
tinsel
merkins.
to market. February tinsel. You know.
Yeah.
Why not some tinsel in the summer when the sunlight hits
it.
Yeah, it looks
Why
good.
are we putting tinsel up in the darkest time?
I don't know.
It's the biggest
These
question
are all the
I've
questions
had.
we're trying to answer down here at Spirit Christmas.
Chicken
Yeah.
levels, everything's
Spirit of
great.
Christmas is the funniest. Yeah.
Spirit Christmas.
They have Spirit of Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
They have Spirit of
There was a 20 or like a 12-month Halloween store between LA and San Diego.
I feel like with the surgence of drag and other types, I'll go to a costume shop
Yeah.
any day
once
of
a
the year.
week.
Well, and the best one in Vancouver like just went out of business. Dress
What?
So. Like they were the place to go
That's
for
sad.
like fabric, and they sold like costumey type stuff.
Oh, because we did a show in Squamish one time, and Robin, who does sound for us sometimes, she wanted to go. That was the place she wanted to go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
She
great.
does drag as well.
And they're gone. So
They're gone.
That's too bad. That's sad.
fucking enjoy
You
the
know,
Amazon,
first-
I guess.
First it was the drive-in movies,
Yeah.
and now it's our costume shops.
Yeah,
What
nothing.
next?
Those just listening, Alex is in full winter gear with a
Roll of toilet
with
paper.
a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sick. I have, as Nash knows, 24/7 nose running.
Yes, I know
Yeah,
that.
she has hypothermia. She fell into the sea
I fell into the sea.
on our way here.
I did. I
We rescued
tripped
her.
miles from it, but I did this
Yeah.
for miles until I finally fell in. I said,
Oh,
Don't-
like you were. I thought that was you swimming.
I was falling. I kept falling backwards and backwards until I hit the ocean. The sea.
yeah.
What sea is it? Is this a sea?
It's the Pacific
Ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah, but
I
I,
don't really know
fell
what
the sea.
constitutes
I
a
went
sea.
the other way.
Went all the
you
way to
was-
the Coast
Yeah.
Salish Sea.
Yeah.
Wow,
I went Bahamas.
that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guest Ivan Decker today. Yeah, Conan. He was on Conan. You did your Netflix.
Yeah.
You got everything.
Well, I don't know.
You know what's wild? I was talking to Alex because we hung out last night after a show, and just how like you're just very nice. So we appreciate that.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
I couldn't believe how
yeah,
nice
I have
you
to
are.
be. You know, why not?
And I was thinking, I was like, it must be because you're successful that you're like happy.
I'm not happy. Let's not go that far. Don't tell these people I'm content.
Or at least you know that at least you have rent paid for the next like 4 months at least.
Yeah.
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 That must be nice.
I mean, maybe. We'll
Just
see.
because there's a lot of... you seem very stable as well. 'Cause
My
a
place
lot of,
didn't burn down, so that's nice.
That's true. That's true.
That's many people.
You live in LA?
I have an apartment there too. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How much do you use it?
I'm there like once a month for a week or two.
Would you rent it?
Would I rent it out to somebody else?
Yeah.
No, I'm not allowed. I rent. It's not. I don't own it.
Oh, I see.
I don't own property.
I see what you're
So
saying.
it's my apartment. It's
I
not.
want to go there
That's a
more.
good call. Don't rent it to Alex.
Yeah.
I will bleed all
I
over it.
to quote something I saw on
I
the
cut
internet.
myself
I
a
enjoy
lot.
renting because I want to pour bacon grease down the drain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your favorite pastime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a renter, you just really there's certain things.
And I love wearing my figure skates inside.
Yeah.
So that's why I rent.
Yeah, guards off.
It's like
Guards
tiled
off.
floor. It was like a weird. It was like the first place I rented where it's like outdoor ceramic tile, but like the whole
Inside.
apartment.
Yeah.
Like it was the first apartment I ever dropped my phone and it broke immediately.
the
Like
tile
I lived in
and
places
your phone.
with carpet. You can drop your phone like a couple of times and it's okay.
Yeah.
But in that
Yeah.
place, it's like stone. The
It's like
floor is
harder
like
than diamonds.
it's like a cave. So
Yeah.
I dropped my phone and it was like immediately just like. I was like,
Do you have
"Aw."
stalagmites in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's bats in the ceiling.
bats in the
I'm
ceiling.
That must be nice.
collecting guano. I got a guano business on the side. People want that.
That's
Well,
paying
that must
for
be
the
nice
rent.
for the because it's hot, so it must keep it cool.
Yeah, yeah.
At
I think
least
maybe that's
was-
why they're doing it. And it
or
has the
was-
white. They had a thing in Los Angeles. My landlord was telling me about it, where they were paying buildings to paint the roof like bright white
Yeah,
to
good call.
reflect as much heat as possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Instead
Of
of writing,
course.
you know.
Yeah, they should have painted it blue though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Wink,
we're just,
wink.
We're just talking about the lasers starting those fires.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're burning down their own. Like this is the rich people's area that burnt. Like
Yeah.
who? It's just such a weird. I don't know. It doesn't make
Conspiracy.
sense.
I don't
Look,
know
if you
if
believe
it's
in that, good for you. But you go outside like a bit. You know,
Uh,
go to the grocery store and strike a conversation with somebody. You got to talk to somebody other than the internet.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Once
no,
in a
no.
while.
That's no. I'm just
Go stand in the soup aisle. Wait till somebody comes in. Be like, "Can you believe Campbell's?" And they'll be like, "Yeah." And you'll be like, "Whoa."
Can we talk about how funny that was at Bo last night? We did the crowd work show last
Oh my
night.
God.
Bo was hosting, and he said before he introduced Alex and I, like at the top of the show, who's on the show, he says, "And your main soup this evening."
That was one of the funniest
Yeah,
things.
I think he was trying to say like main course.
Yeah.
But he I don't know. He said main soup. It was great.
Yeah, you're the best main soup. And then Ivan and I are dying because we're like, does that mean the whole meal would be soup?
Soups.
But there's just
Yeah.
one that's bigger, or
Yeah.
one that's the most?
Do you think there's a place, and I guarantee this is happening, there's a restaurant where they do flights of soup, like a soup flight?
I would take a soup
I would
flight.
take
I'm a big fan of flights. I think.
Yeah, like a little.
a foop,
This is our soup flight.
Take
a big old foop.
Take 3 foops, please. I'll take your dairy floop and your foop. And your
Is it floop?
foop. It'd
Foop.
be foop.
Foop or
I
floop?
added an L to that.
Because that still works because it's
Oh, that's
flight
true.
and soup.
Floop.
Floop or foop? Foop's funnier because it sounds
Yeah.
like a chota.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does. A chode. Foop.
Yeah.
I'd take a flight of those too.
Yeah.
There was a cool. There's a soup place in Granville Island in Vancouver that I think has one of the best like pun business names, and it's called the Stock Market.
Nice.
Which I'm like, that's the greatest.
I want to have a brothel.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it gonna be called?
No, that's no.
Oh, the brothel, like a soup place called the brothel.
Soup
The
place
brothel.
called the brothel.
I like that.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's
'Cause
good.
it's broth.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love you just immediately went to, what are you going to
You
call your
thought-
whorehouse?
You guys,
I thought you had a
didn't
pun
real-
name for a brothel.
I bet you guys immediately thought I went so far out of left field wanting a brothel. You're like, oh yeah, that's cool,
Yeah.
Alex.
What's
No,
it
I
gonna-
just want a soup place called brothel.
No, I think if you have a business and you have an opportunity to have a fun,
100%.
like a dry cleaner, there's
The
one I
barking
saw.
lot.
Barking lot is great. Dog daycare.
There's doggy style.
Doggy
It's
style.
Doggy
just-
style's brilliant.
It's just outside
That's good.
Up Island there.
Snoop
It's
Dogg.
not. Yeah, Snip Dog
Snip Dogg.
should be a neutering company.
There was a dry cleaner I saw called Ace of Suedes, which I was like, pretty good.
Oh my
However,
God. God.
You can't do suede is not.
Not dry.
You can't dry clean suede.
What was there one in Vancouver? Something about what was that show that everyone was obsessed with? Was selling drugs.
Breaking Bad.
What?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it was Breaking Bean.
Breaking bean for coffee. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then it had the chemical. Yeah.
It was in.
I mean, there's also
Gastown.
there's also Vape Street, which is a popular vape,
Is it
Yeah.
like-
which
but
is
it
not
looks
really
like
a pun
Sesame
name, but
Street,
it
right?
has the
Like
sign that looks like Sesame
Street.
Street.
Yeah, there's one here. There's one just over there.
Vape Street.
Someone said if they ever wanted to have a weed store, they wanted it at Grass Station,
Grass station. That's good.
right?
I like that.
The Grass Station.
Am I at a frame?
Station.
Yeah, you're good. I got everybody.
Okay.
Gas
We're wide.
station.
Gas
Get it?
station.
Grass Station.
Oh no,
Gas
I get it.
station.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah.
were like this.
No, it's because I was asking. I was.
Yeah.
I did. I had a little side. I was self-conscious
Oh.
about leaning out of frame.
We won't know until we take all the tape off.
Yeah, it's true. It's impossible to check the feed.
This is the most embarrassing. Those who don't know, okay, the office is in a state because my old storage room I had to empty, and then so now I'm going through everything. There's a lot of stuff here I can't sell, or I can't just give away. Or it feels bad to throw out.
Yeah.
Like somebody should enjoy that Siege game.
Yeah, dude.
I feel
That's
you know?
great.
And then
If it's complete, you'll find somebody.
it's pretty complete. There's like 2 missing pieces.
yeah, you
It's
gotta go.
wonderful.
You gotta get on the Buy Nothing. You ever look on
What do you-
those, the Buy Nothing groups?
No. Oh, on Facebook.
Yeah.
No.
What's that?
It's like a swap type thing where it's like if you have something you want to give away, but you don't want it to be garbage. you
Yeah.
go on the
Neat.
Buy Nothing group and you're like, I have this. We've done
should
it
do
with
that.
a ton of our like baby clothes that like kids grow out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got these shoes,
For
but
sure.
they're too small. Does anybody need baby shoes? And then they just come and get
I
it.
should do that.
Because it's great because it avoids the like marketplace. Like there's no bartering because it's free. It's like just come get it.
I've got these desks, these 2 desks. They're expensive. I think new they're probably like $500 like corporate
Yeah.
desks in there. I think I got them for $300 each. Trying to sell them for $100 each. I got
Good
one
luck.
guy offered me $20.
Yeah, of
and I
course.
laughed and said no. And then another guy 2 months ago offered me $75. I just put them down to $75. The $75 guy messaged me and was like, "Huh, too bad you stored that for 2 months, eh?"
Oh, the $25 guy
No, the $75 guy reached out as soon as I dropped the price and like to like.
to like try to throw it in your face.
Yeah, and then the $20 guy's like, no, nobody bought it for $100, eh? And
Here's
then-
a video of me chopping them up with an axe. You assholes.
You'll never. Yeah.
That's what I would do. Be
Well,
like, here's me lighting them on fire.
I gaslit the $75 guy because he's like, he's like, I guess too bad you stored it for 2 months, huh? And then I was like, question mark? I was like, huh? Question mark? Question mark? And he's like, oh, like I offered you $75 2 months ago, and I could see the message, but
Yeah,
And I was like, question mark? Question mark? He's like, oh, did you not see that? I'm like, no. And then he's like, oh, well, never mind then. I'm just being a jerk.
Yeah. I know.
That's
It's
when
funny
Gavin-
when
He
you.
sent a screenshot of it, and I was like, yeah, weird. I don't see that on my.
Yeah, it's not on mine. I took over this account from my dead friend.
I did, friend. And then I wanted to like offer it, and then be like, nah, fuck you, never mind. But
Yeah, that world is very. I've not waded into it too much.
I'm bad for that because I run a lot of ads for shows, and I'll get people being like, "You suck," and then I'll do a deep dive.
Oh,
on
you go to their profile? Yeah.
I'll figure it. I'll just be like,
People leave mean comments on my stuff. I'm like, let me see what you.
and then I'll just be like, "You're bald," and then they'll be like, "Hey, man."
Yeah.
I
I know it's the algorithm wants you to be mean to these people, but I don't know.
I do it. It depends if I can get a good. I just found out one.
I say that's a great point. Thank you.
Yeah.
I am
That's
bad
what
at
I would
comedy.
rather.
This is such a bad premise.
Yeah.
You're right. I did steal all these jokes from Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry about those comments. I
Yeah, I'm
didn't mean
sorry
to.
about. That's what I do. I watch Jim Gaffigan and I go, I'll just do that.
Faster.
And you're the only one that's figured it out. Nobody else seems to
No.
notice.
Yeah, the amount of hate. Even this guy.
I love it. So I'm cutting you off. I
No,
know.
please.
But when my Netflix came out, that was the first time I'd ever reached like a global audience, and so there were a lot of comments, people that are like, "This guy sucks," and we hate him, and then I would go to their profile, and they were an amateur comedian, always, like 100% of the time. The funniest was a guy. I got a letter because it was the whole premise of the program I was in was that it was like comedians of the world. So it was like, this will be advertised in every country. You can select the country of the comedians you want to see. But if you want to watch comedians in another country, it will be subtitled we put it into like 42 different languages all over the world.
Oh, great.
So people watched, which is very like stand-up subtitled. I'm like, that's not anything.
No.
So this guy, I got a message in Dutch because it was like, I get this email, just like fully Dutch email, which I'm like, the arrogance to watch a comedian speaking English with Dutch subtitles and then be like, he probably knows Dutch. I'll email him a full Dutch email. Sends me this email in Dutch. I am like expecting it to be complimentary, so I like translate it,
Of course.
start reading it. I'm like, that's so fun. I have a fan in Holland that and then it's like, you're bad at comedy. A lot of your jokes weren't even really jokes. Like it didn't make any sense.
You just saw like in the Dutch version like Jim Gaffigan. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I love
I was
it.
like, oh man, what the hell? Why did I bother to translate this insult?
Oh,
I was
no.
insulated from this
Oh no.
because of a language barrier. Thank you, Google Translate, for making sure that all insults get directly to me.
Comedy's such a funny thing too,
Yeah.
because I guess maybe they do it, and I feel like even musicians don't really get stuff like that. There's something
Oh, I'm
about
sure they do. They're probably like, yeah, this song sucks and you're bad.
or like painting. I just feel like there's something about stand-up where people think they're being like attacked
Yeah, I think that
in some way.
Well, because humor is such a marker of intelligence in a lot of different cultures.
Yeah.
When people see something that's supposed to be funny and then they don't laugh at it, there is, I think, inside of them a thing that makes them feel stupid for
Yeah,
not
you're
getting
right.
the
If you
joke.
don't get it.
So then
Yeah.
they feel like I need to attack the comedian before,
yeah.
because I'm feeling attacked by my own brain for being too dumb to understand this.
Yeah.
So I'll
Yeah.
attack this comedian.
This is dumb.
This is dumb and it
Yeah.
sucks.
This is dumb. No.
Well, it's like it's subjective. It's not for you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it's the only art form where it's
And it's the only art form where so many people look at it and are like, I could do that.
Yeah.
there's a bit of that
Whereas
too.
there's a lot
And
of
you know
art
what?
you
You
look
can.
at, you're
You
like,
can
no,
do it.
I can't.
Come do it.
Yeah, try it. But that for some reason, everyone thinks they can do it.
My favorite thing is when there's the guy at the open mic, the drunk at the bar who's like heckling the whole time, and then is like, I'm gonna try it. I saw
Oh,
that one
yeah,
time,
yeah. It's
and then
the
got
best.
up and like you just see it in his eyes. 20 seconds in, he's like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been to a million of these. I'm gonna try it tonight, and then
yeah.
he's like,
yeah.
This is a great similar story to that. Not about comedy, but I don't know if you're a board game person. There's a game called Codenames, which I love. Play with my family all the time. And when I first introduced it to my dad, my wife and I brought it over to my dad's house over the holidays a few years ago, and like the whole time we're playing it, my dad is like, "Oh, these clues are bad. These are bad clues." And then it finally comes around to his turn when he has to be the clue giver, and he's like struggling. And like he'd only met my wife. We weren't even married at the time. Like he'd met her like 3 or 4 times. So like we're all sitting around. My dad is the clue giver, and he's like struggling. And then my wife was just like, "Does anybody maybe want to apologize to any previous clue givers now that they know how difficult it is? Or no? Okay."
then you knew she was the one.
Yeah, I was like, this is the best.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Anybody want to apologize for? That's why I think it should be.
dumb.
I think if it's one of those things where like if I was running the world, I'd be like, everybody has to try stand up in high school.
yeah, and we're
People would
customer
love
service.
it. People would love
Yeah.
like if
We're
everybody had to
customer
try it.
service.
It's like with curling in Canada. Like people love curling who
Yeah.
have done it.
It's fun.
If you do it and then when you watch it, you're like, oh, I get it. But people who've never curled, they're like, well, this is really easy
Yeah,
and stupid. I don't get it.
It's
so
like
it's
chess
dumb.
and
Spiritually,
golf.
that's not to get spiritual, but
spiritually, I want to open a brothel.
Spiritually, I believe that is what we are doing as human beings living. Because I believe in reincarnation, we are experiencing every facet of human life so that we can then, you know what I mean?
Oh, I
Walk
see.
in everyone's
Yeah.
shoes. That's my
Yeah.
spiritual.
Wait,
belief.
tell me you want to open a spiritual brothel again.
I want to open up a spiritual brothel.
It's going to be called the Gloria Hole.
Gloria Bowl.
That hole. It's bad. It's
Oh,
not good.
I was still on the soup. I thought it was still a soup thing, so I was like the
I was
Glory
trying to link
Bowl.
spirituality and brothel. It wasn't that good.
Yeah, okay.
Send
I'm
us your-
sorry,
what do
I
you think of-
apologize. Glory Bowl's another great name for soup.
Glory Bowl? Yeah.
The Glory Bowl,
That's a good one.
yeah,
right?
yeah, a little vegan soup shop.
Yeah.
No, it'd be very meat-based.
Oh, that's true.
Heavy meat. I don't know where you get this vegan from.
But no, I do agree with you. I think that we are the universe experiencing itself. That's
Yes.
the only empirical evidence we have.
Yeah.
So we have to be.
We have to, so if we could try to do that a little bit, like where everyone has to, I guess that's what 30-Hour Famine was about.
Yeah.
You were trying to know what it's like to be, because every person starving in a third world country gets dodgeball and movies
Yeah.
And they get pizza at the
and
end.
pizza at the end. Yeah.
They get Domino's. All they got, you just got to hit 3-0.
Everyone gets pool noodles to play.
All poor parents get a night off from their kids.
Yes.
You gotta make 30. Just make 30. You get Domino's.
Yeah.
You get to walk away. Friendship bracelet. I get it.
I mean,
I fell in love in a gym.
I get it.
I gotta make out in the music room
I
with a grade
kissed.
12er.
We kissed.
I get what it's like. Yeah.
Teachers really didn't. They didn't
got
want to do
fingered
it.
in the band room.
They were eating secretly. The teachers were eating for sure.
Yeah.
That guy left a lot.
Yeah.
We know I wouldn't be I would not participate in that.
Every kid, third world kid, got Kool-Aid every hour.
Yeah.
For sure, just to make sure their sugars were
Yeah,
fine.
gotta make sure your sugars are up.
Yeah,
hydrated.
Everybody had to sign a permission slip
Yeah.
to not eat for the day.
This fucking kid had almonds. That kid
Yeah.
had almonds for
That
sure.
kid-
Thinking back, there was a kid, he had almonds.
There was always a fucking drug kid selling fucking cookies out of a locker.
Yeah.
Or you'd be like, "Did you hear Tyler's eating cookies?"
Would you do it with your whole school? Like the whole school was open?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
whole school.
That's a real.
We
no
had,
wonder
like,
you're
you
getting fingered in
signed
the
up.
band room.
It was pretty slutty time. It was 30 hours of pure like.
I think we just had to do it in the gym. It was like the
No.
kids who wanted to do it.
Oh, I remember. So as much fun as we were having, there was like a movie room, and like the gym had like a bunch of games, but us girls were like, okay, we're not having fun because we actually are hungry. This is hard. And then so we're like, I know, let's sleep for 20 hours.
Yeah.
Then we only have to do 10. So we went to this quiet area of the school, got our sleeping bags, and we were gonna sleep. And these grade 12 boys came along and like,
What grade are you in?
we were in grade 9.
Okay.
No,
okay.
don't worry, that thing happened.
Okay, all right.
All they did to us was, wake up, you've done it. It's the 30 hours.
That's a good prank.
Yeah, and we're like, what? We did it, you guys. It worked. And we ran down to the cafeteria thinking it was done. It had been an hour and a half.
I like to do that on planes whenever someone's sleeping. I'm like, we're landing. And they're like, what? Yeah, I'm just kidding. I have to go to the bathroom. Get out of the way. Excuse me, we're landing. You got to get up. They're like, well, we're
But you
here.
yell the same way. You've done it.
You've
We're
done
landing.
it. We're landing.
You did it.
We made it.
We made it, everyone.
We made it to Denver.
We made it to Denver. We should all be happy.
Now I gotta take a shit. Get the fuck out of my way.
Fucking blast
get
one
up.
out.
Get up.
I gotta blast one out.
That was another one I used to feel bad. That's like I used to feel like, oh, that person's in the aisle and I'm in the window and I got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, get up.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
No,
Yeah, it's
you
all part of the
you
social
chose this.
contract.
This is part of the aisle. You want to
Yeah.
sit in the
Part of the
aisle?
aisle.
You got to get up when I got to get up. That's what
Yeah.
it is. You want to never get up? Window.
Window.
Yeah, it's better than the middle. That's the.
Well, yeah, middle can go to hell. They're
Yeah.
nothing. They're nobody. You got a middle seat on the plane?
That's-
You made a lot of bad decisions in your life.
That'd be so funny if
That's who
someone
should board
wanted
last.
the middle.
seats.
Yeah, they should.
Forgetting this board the front of the plane. Just
Yeah.
the middle seats should be like, this is gonna be horrible for
They
you.
should. Is that the zones are just but it should be like all the windows should board
Of course.
first,
Yeah.
and the middles.
Of course.
Why didn't we think of that?
Well, everybody's thought of it, but it's you can't.
I just thought of it now.
You can't appease the rich people
I've
if you
never-
do that,
Oh, that's true.
right? The getting on the plane early is supposed to be some sort of reward. Hey, get into this fart tube earlier.
It is a fart tube. Nash and I were in a freaking flight back from Alberta, and it was, I don't know who it was. I'm starting to think it was Nash because in
No,
the
it
cab
wasn't me.
Somebody
after
was
it was
shitting
also
their whole
shitting
pants.
their pants the whole time.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
That's
rip.
bad. That's when you're like, somebody should smoke on the. My dad has a famous
I'd
story of
rather
that.
have
He was in a
smoke than-
movie theater and there was a guy farting so much that he lit a cigarette in the theater, and a guy leaned over the seat and was like, "Thank you."
Oh,
This is
Thank
one of my
you.
divorced dad weekends.
that's.
We were all, because we were watching this movie, we're all like, what is that smell? Did a
Rex the
man
movie.
shit his pants in here? Like, we don't know. It was stunk so bad.
Oh.
My dad was just like,
Your
you know
dad's
what?
like so
Enough's
stressed.
enough.
I'm like, fuck
and he like
this shit.
took out a cigarette and lit it. And then, yeah, this guy behind us was like, thank you.
Oh my god. The worst part is that okay, say all three of us are in a car.
Mm-hmm.
One of us farts. The worst part is that it doesn't matter that it wasn't me. You two are gonna think it was me, or if you did it, you're gonna think it was me either, possibly. Anyway,
it's a very-
It's a real it's a modern version of the Monty Hall problem.
yes.
What's the? I don't know what the Monty Hall problem is.
It's a famous like mathematical probability. Do you want to explain it?
It's the No. I don't know how to. Okay.
So Monty Hall was a game show host back
Okay.
in the day, and he had that show where it's like, what's
My mom
behind door
explained
number
this to
1?
me.
What's behind door number 2? What's behind door number
Yeah,
3?
yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And the car would be behind one of the doors, and the other 2 doors
Yes.
had
Okay. My mom told me
zonks,
this.
or it would be like a goat, or like something like
Yeah, yeah.
that. And so it sparked a lot of debate in the mathematical community because you would go up, you would choose a door,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
and then he would go, okay, that's the door you picked, and then he would open one of the doors that had the zonk, like a goat or the chicken or whatever, the bad thing.
Yes.
So he would reveal to you, like, okay, you've chosen one. Door number 2, it has nothing. Now, do you want to switch to door 3
Yeah.
or do you want to stay at door 1? And
I remember this.
mathematical probability dictates that you should always switch
Right.
because originally you had a 1 in 3 chance of choosing the correct door.
Yeah.
Once it is revealed to you that you have this door is now out of the equation, because the other 2 doors that you didn't choose, that's 2/3 probability.
Yeah.
That 2/3 probability
Yes.
has now been condensed into the 3rd door.
Yeah.
So it's like if you run this experiment numerous times, the problem is like you're on the show. You're only
My
on
mom
the show
explained
once.
this very differently, but yours makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Why would you stay with the door you picked then if it was a
Because people, they love their original choice.
Because it's what is it called, that syndrome where you so it's not a syndrome. It's you will always stay with what you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What is that? Well, there's that thing where if you put, say you've been in a business for 10 years, you've put it's failing. What is that?
Sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's similar to that. But
Yeah.
It's different. Sunk cost fallacy. A little bit. Yeah. It might be.
Yeah.
Might be. But
Sunk cost
the fart
fallacy is
thing.
big
Going down
one.
with this ship.
Yeah.
Because if you get on an elevator that someone farted on, it doesn't matter what you say to the next person who comes on. You can say, that wasn't me. That's still going to make you seem like you did it.
It seems like you
and
did
if
it
you
more.
don't say anything, it still makes you seem
I had
like
a buddy,
you did it.
buddy Kevin. He would, when he would go into a public washroom and there was piss everywhere, he would clean it all up because he's like, when I leave that,
They're going to think.
they're gonna
was
think
me.
it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to
Yeah.
clean it up. And he would get so.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like what do you do in the recycling room in your building when someone doesn't break down their cardboard and leaves it everywhere, right? There's all those options.
Yeah.
I flatten it for
Exactly.
them. I've had crazy thoughts though of like I should just take it up and leave it in front of their door. I've got
Yeah.
their address.
Yeah.
It's on it.
Oh, that's a good.
The other one I wanted to do, I haven't done this, but I think it'd be fun, is like look at their address, flatten it, put it in the dumpster, but then phone the recycling company and be like, hey, my son's like really interested in recycling. Do you have like any information you can mail out
Oh my
about
God, that's
just like
so
why it's
funny.
important to flatten boxes and stuff? Like I'd love just like as
funny.
many pamphlets. We're going to have a birthday party. We want to hand them out to everybody. So if you could send like as much materials
That
about
is
the
so-
importance of recycling
I
to
feel
me.
like they're probably all digital though now.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. They would never send.
Still, I
paperless.
would still.
That was supposed to be a funny add to that, not a undercutting. Actually, Ivan, they're probably all paperless.
Yeah.
But
They'd be like, and what's your email? I'm like, fuck, I don't have that. Just my address. I don't have an email. You don't have an email? Shut up. Ah, damn it. This prank sucks.
you don't have email? Ah, no.
Yeah, this sucks.
You try to figure it out based on their name.
I loved that Nikki Glaser. Did you watch the Golden Globes?
Just the monologue.
Just the monologue, yeah.
The
It was
Pope,
great.
The Pope dance one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that.
I
clip.
don't know why,
I
but I
didn't.
love that. I know it's a like a standard gag at this point, but the like pretend talking to somebody
Oh,
off
yeah.
stage.
She starts doing like what's the song?
It's the song from Wicked, the "You'll Be Popular," but it's
Oh,
"You'll Be Popular."
And she's dressed as the Pope. And
dressed
then
as the Pope.
she starts it and then bails. She's like, "What? This sucks."
Like, oh, it's really bad. Okay, should we do another? Should we do no? Okay. It's funny. I mean, Bob Newhart's whole career was that talking to somebody that isn't there. It's very funny.
It's just funny because you can still do the Pope gag.
Yeah.
Well,
But you
and
can
it,
get out of it in a way that's
You're like,
not
oh, hold
like,
on. Oh,
And
it
it-
sucks. Oh, it sucks, guys. Should we call it? I used to do that. That was my gag when I worked at. I used to work at a building where, I guess I'll say it. I worked at Science World, but there was a guy that worked there that would always call me and he'd have problems in the morning. Like I think he just loved being on the radio. Like it was very fun for him to be the walkie-talkie guy.
Oh,
So he
I
would
see.
always call me.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had walkie-talkies, and he'd be like, shh, Richard to Ivan, be like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, somebody didn't put their chairs away in this room. Like it's like, I don't know, he wants to be heard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he knows the managers, like our bosses, are also listening, but they're not on the radio.
Oh,
I'm the one that.
God.
So I'd be like, all right, we're calling it. Everybody unplug everything, lock the doors, we're going home. And then my manager would be like, we're not calling it. Ivan, go help Richard.
Stop.
But I would, if you ever tried to pull shit with me, I would always be like, we're calling it. That's it. Shut it down. We're closed today.
But radios are fun though. My best friend Ian, you've met Ian, but up in Terrace, his mom taught figure skating, and one year they had like this figure skating Olympic guy come and do a show.
Elvis Stoico?
No, it was close. He just won gold.
What's the other guy? Pete
Sampras.
Pete Sampras.
Brian
what was the other
Boitano.
guy? There was Elvis Stoico and
Nobody knows.
He was a Canadian guy.
yeah.
Steve Fogno.
But we got to work the spotlights, which was very fun.
Yeah.
So we got me,
That's
Ian,
cool.
and two other guys manning the spotlights.
You got to keep it on him.
But we had radios.
Yeah.
And we were just talking, like
looking at this.
doing jokes and stuff. And then the guy who was in charge of the house lights, who was clearly just in the back, like
Yeah.
it was just like, hey guys, can you just stop? Can we just not talk until?
Kurt Browning.
No, I don't think
It
so.
wasn't Kurt Browning.
No.
He's like, can we keep the chatter down?
He's like, can we just stop talking until the show starts? And we're
That's
like,
so
okay.
funny. Can we stop talking?
Because
No.
it was just so fun to be on it. We were just like, we were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
like, we were doing like the business of the lights and discussing the
Yeah.
show coming up. But it was clearly like,
Yeah.
can you fucking 14-year-olds shut the fuck up,
Oh my
please?
God, that
I know this is
reminded
very
me.
exciting for you.
That reminded me of my friend. Oh my God, this is so cringy. My best friend Erin and I in high school volunteered to be security at the dance for the like summer games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where all the people would come from your province
Mm-hmm.
and compete, and we decided to volunteer because we wanted to get into the dance.
Mm-hmm.
But then we cut our security shirts.
Wait, what?
You cut your security shirts a little sluttier?
Yeah, to make them cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
How did you, like you made them crop tops, or did you
Made them
cut?
crop tops and like.
Where did you get in trouble? Were they like, you guys have to, you can't wear
And it was
those?
this guy Marlon Peters who was he's like head of the church.
He's like, we're gonna get you guys some new shirts.
I'd be so
He's
mad.
like,
I'd be
what
like,
are you doing?
ladies, we
Yeah.
have to use these shirts
Yeah,
again.
what are you
Like
talking
we only
about?
have 3 shirts.
These are paid for by the community. It was so embarrassing.
You cut those?
And because we were dancing and we weren't supposed to dance, and we were getting in the dancing.
And you taped off like with black tape to security, so it just said slut.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was so embarrassing. And Marlon Peters was so like the opposite guy that you'd want to like be disappointed in you.
Yeah.
He was so upset with us. He's like, girls, what is going on? What have you done?
I thought you
with your
cared about the
shirts?
community.
Yeah, I thought you volunteered.
You have to explain to him sexuality too.
Yeah,
Like, why have you?
Here's the thing: we're
there's-
15-year-old girls, and all we care about is
Yeah.
attention.
My body is
My body is all I have as worth.
raging wildfire
yeah,
of hormones.
I need boys.
Most of the things I do, I have no idea why I'm
Well,
doing
I
them.
don't know why I'm doing this, but we
like
had to cut them.
So much of being a teenager, it's like
so
weird, like
embarrassing.
weird stuff. Like when I was a teenager, just like girls around, I'm just like, I gotta jump off that really high thing. Like there's so much weird,
That's my
just like
favorite.
teenage boy, like fucking.
There's a girl walking by. Quick! I
Gotta
gotta jump
know.
off. I gotta jump off something high.
Pick up that dead bird, throw
Yeah,
it,
throw-
throw it as far as you can.
My
and then
favorite.
girls walking by. Guys, quick! Laugh!
Yeah.
Laugh!
Laugh at him. We're having a great time
Oh
without
my
you.
God. And then push your friend. Stop! You just push your friend for some reason and yell stop.
My favorite.
That's so dumb. Why would we always?
We're all putting on this
Yeah.
weird play for each other.
You're doing triple flips off a fucking
yeah,
off
fucking-
a monkey bar.
I don't
and
care
I'm
about
like-
you.
And I'm like, Aaron, shut up.
I got my own thing going on over here with all these rocks.
Yeah, you're just flinging a snake around a circle. And like,
Just-
what girl is ever like, whoa?
Yeah.
He jumped off a high
That
thing.
guy's look at his knees.
Look at his knees shredded up.
I was always
Fuck,
trying. I was
it's
trying to think about a
crazy.
bit about because I make coffee. I always thought like, do hot people must get Do hot people get better massages?
You said hot people musket.
No, because hot people. Because when I make
The only way to kill a hot person.
So hot people musket.
They're immune to regular gunfire.
That's good.
Get the blunderbuss.
Earlier when
It's got a jawline.
Hot people musket. Earlier we were at brunch, all three of us, and I thought you said, I got my kid a birthday clam. It was a clown. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
Hot people must get.
Better massage. Just everything does lead back to sex. Like, hot people get better massage. But when I make lattes, if there was a hot person, I'd be like leaning.
Yeah.
But then really, what I'm saying, I just slide it over. Then I'm like, just kind of point to my dick, like, right, right.
Pretty good.
Flinging a snake around. My favorite videos online
It's a
are
version of flinging a snake around. It's making a good latte.
That's what we're all doing. We're just flinging snakes around.
So weird. It's weird. It's like those, like, there's something in our brains with, like, those Amazon birds that, like, they do the mating, like, like that's in us.
Yeah, it is.
We see an attractive
That's their
person.
version of, like,
We're just like, I don't know, something.
jumping off something. Because I think boys want to look tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
When they're little?
I don't know. There's some. It's honestly like.
Because I remember
to
that
even
now. Boys would do the
assign a
stupidest
logical. There's no logic.
No.
It's literally just like pure hormonal
things
impulse.
that's telling you to
My
jump off a
favorite
thing.
videos online are the guys on the beach who there's girls walking by and they do a flip off of something but fail.
Yeah, that's
they try to do a
my
backflip.
Well, that's your.
And then they hurt themselves, and then the girls are just confused, and they're knocked out
They're
cold.
like, are you all right?
There's just an unconscious man that fell beside them. They're like, what the hell?
They're like, oh no, I can't procreate with this man. He's unconscious.
He's not.
Yeah.
I like
That's
this guy,
so
strong,
funny.
silent type.
Yeah.
Or they'll bury like an exercise ball half in the beach. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah, they do those.
But they
Yeah.
just just break their neck basically and collarbone, and then
Yeah, but
and then-
that's right. Something about men think that if they do something physical next to a woman, it's attractive.
I know.
Yeah.
So, well, it was like motorcycles. Like I had a motorcycle, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know who likes when you have a motorcycle? 12-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Like nobody.
No,
Well, thank God you said
No,
boys. I
no
was like-
woman was like, ooh, motorcycle.
Yes. Isn't that true?
It's just like there's, I feel like
it's like having a sword.
there's like a kind of, maybe the kind of person that's like, oh, the risky.
Yeah.
But I think it's like there's that cowboy.
yeah.
Like I'll leave you, or I don't know what
Yeah, I
that is.
know.
But
yeah, I'll leave
I don't
you.
think that the like actual physical like thing of a motor. It's like
I think it's attractive to people that want to rebel against if their parents are like, don't get on a
don't
motorcycle.
get on a motorcycle.
That'll draw them.
Yeah.
But once they're on their own, they're like, this is a very dangerous
I don't
activity.
care for this. This guy doesn't know what he's doing.
This
Yeah.
muffler's hot.
And
Yeah.
they always have ugly shoes and
Burn my
weird.
I gotta wear those
jackets,
weird
Like,
yeah.
it's one thing if
clickety
they're.
clicks.
Yeah, they just look stupid. But the girl. So here's the thing:
Yeah,
girls
carry
from
the
the
helmet
age
everywhere.
of 16 to like, let's say 28, probably. You want an asshole. You want to date an asshole, and then you get hurt so many times by assholes that you then are unattracted to those that appear like an asshole. Then you want the nice guy,
The nice guy.
but
Yeah.
you're gonna want the motorcycle guy until about 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're switching over.
Yeah. Maybe.
I swear, every girl goes through this.
Yeah. You go through this rebellion. Something
Yeah,
my
I want
parents
an
are gonna
asshole.
hate.
Yeah, and then you realize they hurt you, and then
You're like,
Okay.
I can't believe this asshole was an asshole to me.
yeah. So then I remember I dated a guy who I was sure wouldn't like. He was too weird looking to be an asshole.
Yeah. And then
So
he
I
was
was like,
still,
I'm safe.
Yeah.
Like
Perfect.
Like
but then he
was
was.
too ugly for it to be an asshole. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay.
So I was like, perfect. I'm
Yeah.
doing the right thing here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
He's
that's
gonna
tough.
treat me right.
Yeah, when you're like, I'm doing a weird asshole break.
Yes.
It's like when you're like, I'm not gonna eat sugar, and then you buy something and they're like, this has a lot
This
of sugar.
has a
Like,
lot
what
more
the
sugar.
fuck?
Yeah, this
but
is
it's gross.
But it's but it's gross. It should. That's exactly what it was. I was like, you're too gross to have sugar.
yeah,
this
it also
And then-
tastes bad.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
are you telling me I'm not avoiding
Yeah.
sugar and I'm not having a
Yeah,
good time?
that's exactly what this guy was. He was a salty alphagetti
That's
that
horrible.
you thought had
That's
no
horrible.
sugar in it, and here he is.
Here he is.
And then I ended up getting dumped by him, and then I was like, am I Alpha Getty? What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I do think it's the very dangerous thing to assign your own, and we all do it, but learning to not have your own personal value dictated by the decisions and choices of others.
Totally.
Everybody's got their own weird thing, and like I was saying with hormones, like people make decisions purely based off of whims. They don't know why they're doing things.
No.
We overthink the things people do to us way more than they think about
100%.
what they do to, like, you know, it's like
My
we're like, oh, he
self-worth
probably
is-
did that because I wore the wrong shoes
Yeah.
that time. This
Yeah.
happened. It's like, nah, it was just something was going on. He was going through some stuff.
My worth is attached to the last set I did.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank God I had a
Improvise.
great set before COVID shut down. And
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good weekend.
Yeah.
I was like just starting to get into a new market.
Yeah.
I did this
Yeah.
club in Philly, and I was like, yeah, this is great. And I was like,
No.
Down, yeah.
probably never doing this again.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I got to stop doing that.
I
Nothing
did a
worse than
drive-in.
Nothing worse than an ugly person with alpha energy, and you're like, I've met a couple people.
So
You're like,
confused.
you're like, you don't. This confidence is not warranted.
It's a
in
real
any
like
way.
either used to be hot, that kind of thing. Like they
Yeah.
were
A lot
of
hot,
used
and
to
then,
be's.
like used to be
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing with used to be hot because you're still kind of like, am I wrong? Am I wrong about you not being hot?
That's what I mean. They
Maybe you
gaslight
are
you into
hot.
thinking
Like
he
you're-
gaslit me
Yeah.
into
They
thinking
were hot in high school. They just they carried that forward, even though
or they're
their
over
physical appearance does
Yeah.
not represent it, but they have this attitude and way of carrying
Yeah,
themselves.
because
You're
I
like,
have this person I know who's let themselves go, I shall say, over the years with substances and such, and they're not what they used. They used to be a beautiful person.
Why do you keep looking at me?
No, it's not, it's not you. And I was like trying to set him up. With,
doesn't even
I
have a
was trying to-
fucking proper tripod.
Yeah, it doesn't have has
Tapes
masking
phones to
tape, has
things.
board games everywhere.
Listen, I will get it done, no matter what is. I'm the MacGyver of
I know you are.
comedy production.
I know you are.
That's what we like about you.
I want to
But-
make it happen.
Your stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But that
Sorry, your friend. You were trying to set them up.
set them up.
So they
and I was
let themselves
and they
go.
I set them up with someone who was very appropriately matched for them.
Oh, and they
You
got
know what I
upset?
mean? And they're like, "What?
Hmm.
This
Yeah,
is
how dare you?
Remember that story that Andrew told about those two?
I don't.
You don't set up. You don't get set up.
No, I won't say. it.
Setting up is bad because you really,
Yeah.
when your friends are like, I'll
Yeah.
set you up, and then you see what they think you
Yeah,
can.
that's what I mean.
You're
That's
like,
what I did
get
to
out of
them.
here. That's so rude.
That's not
I
who
knew
I
You're
somebody-
was.
never happy.
It was like
No.
a family friend. He was an older guy, and he was dating an older woman, and she was beautiful, but I think she was really hot in her youth. And we were on vacation, and the place was full. We wanted to get into. She's like, "Let me talk to the door guy."
No.
Oh no.
No.
And she went over, and she's like, "Hey," like, and totally like buttered up, tried
Yeah,
to butter,
yeah.
and he was like, "We were in New York," and he's like, "No."
Oh
Get the fuck
no.
out of
He
here.
just laughed at her. And
I mean,
it's
that's-
like, get out of here.
That's a lot of
Oh,
like
I hate
LA.
that story.
Yeah.
LA has a lot of that energy because you have a lot of people who are like the hottest person in their town.
Yeah, that moves to LA.
Yeah.
They're like they used to be everywhere I went, doors opened
Yeah.
and things happened, and then you go to a town that's all that,
Yeah,
And you're now
and then
bet
you're like,
you're-
what's going on? What do you
Yeah.
mean the club's full?
yeah,
Don't you know who I am?
yeah.
I'm Cheryl.
I'm the hottest person
I'm
from
From
Schenectady.
Nipoa. I'm from Nipoa. Have you heard of me? Do you guys know where
Didn't you know
Nipoa
I
is?
was coming? Someone should
Yeah.
have called ahead.
I'm the hottest one.
That's it is something like and hot people do live in a totally.
I would
different-
still love it though. You know, I'd love to have that energy. We all have that fantasy of like working out and then just being like showing up somewhere.
Yeah, I've got.
Just
Oh,
that
yeah.
because you do notice it the way that it's like if the funniest is if you ever get like dating advice from like a hot person. It's like so funny because like
You're
they
like-
have no idea.
you just say hi.
Yeah, you just talk to them. Don't you just talk to them?
Don't you just talk to them and they ask you to
And
marry
then you
them?
have sex with them.
Yeah. I don't
If you
know.
whenever you want. Whenever you
Super
decide you'd like
easy.
to.
Yeah.
They will
You
do
know
it.
what always
I-
works for me. This girl I was watching. This is so funny because I was watching this girl who's like, you guys, I have the best hack for trying to go to sleep. She's like, this works every time. And I am I win the Olympics for the person who cannot go to sleep. Like, so I am the worst. She said that. She's
Even
like,
that's just a stupid thing to say.
I can show you the exact clip. I win the Olympics.
I win the Olympics for the person who
for the
can't go to
person who
sleep.
can't go to sleep the hardest. Like,
I want to
like,
watch.
ask-
That's a
and then
fun.
she
That'd be a
goes-
fun Olympics to watch.
Yeah.
So much people trying to go to sleep.
Just
They're all
they're all
rolling
24 or
around.
33 hour famine or whatever.
Bunch of-
yeah. And then she goes, and then she said, "Ask my husband." Like, how am I gonna ask your husband if you're the hardest
Yeah.
person?
I
in the
also
world?
believe you.
I also believe you. And then she goes, "Okay, this works every time. And if it doesn't, I think it's because you don't want it to. But be open to it. I'm not saying you don't have to believe it. Just be open to it."
Yeah, this is a real.
Yeah. And she's like, "Okay."
There's going to be a crystal
And she's
involved.
like, and I found this on a CIA website.
Oh yeah, because you know how the CIA has
Yeah,
websites
she's
where they're
like,
like,
I
here's
found
all the
this-
stuff we've been up
yeah.
to.
This is how to get to sleep.
Yeah, I found this deep article with CIA.
was deep.
This
It
is
was very
CIA
deep, this
stuff, you
article.
guys. This is so deep.
It was buried below
So-
other
And
articles.
this will blow your mind.
You're not allowed to read it first.
Yeah, you can't.
There's no link that goes directly to that
I can
article.
show you this exact fucking video.
It's like
And
you got to read fucking 200 articles before you're even allowed to see this one. This article is deep.
This is so deep. You cannot. Anyway, okay. So yeah, all you do is you take 5 deep breaths. This is her voice. 5 deep breaths, and then you count to 20. And you will never make it to 20. You will be asleep by 17. I've never made it to 20. Ever.
It's like a stupid.
And it might be 25 for you. Maybe that's your 20, but it's like you will not make it to 20. You're
does
going
the
to be asleep.
bits?
And then you're going to think this is crazy. And then you're going to try it tonight and it's going to blow your mind. And my husband's always like, when I can't sleep, he's like, do your CIA shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Isn't that insane?
Who does a bit? There's a comic that does a bit about like counting backwards from 1,000. And they're like, that's pretty good. But then once you make it halfway, you're like, I don't know. You get to 500 now, you're just counting down. You're like, fuck. You get to under 100, you're like, I am going to make it. And this guy, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just keeping you so much anxiety.
Halfway through. Okay.
All right. I'm part
How
of the way
many?
there.
Okay, so 1,000. How many seconds is that? That's 1,000 seconds. How many minutes is that? That's
Are you still this character, or this is you now?
no, I mean.
Okay.
60,000 divided by 60. What's 1,000 divided by 60? 1,000 divided by 50 is
my phone's
20.
taped to a.
I'm doing this because I feel like that's just an amount of time that you'd probably get to sleep anyway, right? So that's probably what they're doing.
Yeah, it's going to be
16.
16 minutes.
So it's probably a pretty normal amount of time you'd fall asleep.
It probably
right?
more
Yeah.
because it doesn't. It takes you more than a second to say.
What I like to do to fall asleep is I look at my phone forever.
Yeah.
I stare at my
you guys
phone
are
and
not gonna believe this. This works
this is
every
my great.
time.
You get an algorithm. It's just a lot of like, you want to see what's at the end of this tunnel, and just a lot of those videos.
You guys are not gonna believe this. It works every time. You
I
look at
scroll
your
on
phone
Reddit
for
until
5
I
hours
see-
till 4 a.m. and then you will always fall asleep.
Yeah.
No, you know what I do? I watch weirdly beard trimming.
Nice. Have
To
you
fall
have you
asleep.
fallen? Have you gone into
Or-
horse hoof cleaning?
Yes. Oh yeah, we've
Yes.
talked about this. Beard
Yeah.
trimming horse hoofs or the blasting cement to clean
Power
it.
washing.
Power
I've been
washing.
doing aquascaping, which is I've been hyper focusing on fish tanks, thinking about getting one.
Oh yeah, saltwater.
No, just because I think that's more work.
Yes, saltwater tank's crazy.
Yeah, I knew a guy. There's a guy in town.
Because you have to get coral
Yeah, he's a
to
coral dealer. my
balance
friend.
the salinity, and you have to basically have the tank is just coral for like I think like 6 months before you
Yeah.
can even put fish in there.
I house sat for
Oh my
this guy
God.
who had a coral business, and it was like I'm not gonna say it, but it was like hundreds and hundreds.
So this
of
guy had a
thousands.
house from selling coral.
Yeah, he just bought another house. He's probably one of the biggest coral distributors in Canada
Holy
now.
shit.
He'll ship all over the world.
Where does he get the coral?
He grows it. You just grow it.
How do you grow it?
You like
You plant a seed? Is there a coral
I think
seed?
you get it, and then you can like it's like a plant, so you can break it off, and it
and
does
then
more.
we put it back
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
water.
it's in echinoderm. What is it? What's
don't know.
the
I don't know.
phylum of? I think it's one of those like it's a bunch of living beings, but they form one.
thing.
Oh, okay.
But he
you
had
can-
huge. So the whole basement was just coral tanks, and he was on vacation. I house sat, and he had it all monitored on his phone, and he was like, basically, it was like, I left the window open one time, and he called me. He's like, "Is the window open?" I was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "Get in there, close the window."
Yeah.
It's just like it was
'Cause
so
it
much money,
needs to be so perfect.
and it's so like fickle, and they can all die.
I had a friend who had no eye, and she paid $100,000 for a coral fake eye.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool.
Because there's something about the texture of the coral that your muscles and skin can grab and move around in a
Okay.
realistic way.
Oh,
it's like this
nice.
special
So it really.
texture of coral in the back.
Yeah.
That you can go like your eye muscles
Yeah.
can touch and
We
move.
still made fun of her, but
I knew something was coming. No,
Yeah.
it was cool. She had to do a big fundraiser to get this coral eye, but it
Coral
was
eye.
$100,000.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, because she just was really insecure about the glass one.
Yeah.
that'd be hard to. I'd probably go eye patch.
Everybody.
It's probably
yeah.
easier for a man to have no eye,
Eye
than a
patch.
girl.
I don't know. Sometimes eye
Do
patches look
bangs.
cool. Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. The girl in Kill Bill had an eye patch.
Yeah.
But I guess eye patches, messes with your hair.
It's true.
Yeah.
People are going to talk to you about it a lot.
Yeah.
You
I would
can't
probably-
I think a glass eye is like maybe less. People aren't going to like.
Yeah, you can get away with it.
Yeah,
like,
it's a
oh.
coral eye plant. It's called a hydroxyapatite or petite bio eye. Isn't that cool?
Bio-eye.
Yeah,
That's pretty-
it's made
that's
of.
pretty cool.
It's form of sea coral that was.
It's got to be cheaper to just get an eye from
Yeah,
from
yeah,
somebody.
it's gotta be.
Like $100,000 coral. At that point, $100,000. You telling me there's nobody on Earth, some black market, you can't get an eye
Yeah, isn't
for
that
$100,000?
Yeah.
Like a real eye?
Honestly, there's been times in my life where I would give someone my eye for $100,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I needed that money,
I
yeah.
could do that right now.
you would give up an eye for $100,000.
Well, if I got a coral, do I get a free coral one?
No, it's not a straight across trade.
No.
Somebody with a coral eye is like, you guys, you want to?
Yeah, they're not gonna trade
You try it out for a bit. Give me one of yours.
There's a Facebook group for that.
Yeah.
Eye swap.
It's the buy nothing group. Buy no,
The
buy
bio
no,
eye swap.
Buy no eyes.
Bio eye swap. Eye swap. Oh my god.
Cool. Okay, well, I think we're at an hour here. I think.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really flew by.
Yeah.
What a fun time.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I think we
Thanks
got
for
some, I think
listening.
we got some material for some shows.
There you go. Perfect.
To me, the funniest thing is the boys just jumping off things near you. That was the highlight for me in this podcast.
I knew a guy that would he would make motocross sounds with his mouth, and he'd rip around the dirt piles.
That's what I mean.
That was his like.
And I
Wait, like on his bike?
No, he'd be.
He'd running
yeah.
with his feet.
But it was good impression. He was
but that was his attention thing, right?
yeah. It was
And
just-
like my friend Sarah used to put
I'm from the north.
she used to put lotion on her
That's
arm.
pretty sick though.
He was good at it.
Yeah.
I think
Just
his
like
name
the
was Devin.
things you do for attention as a kid, you know?
Oh yeah, you had your friend who was like faking a sickness or something.
Yeah,
right?
she had like strawberry shortcake lotion that came with her doll, and she'd like bring it to school.
Wasn't
and
that you?
No.
Oh.
I'm just I'm saying that it was someone else. I don't have to look so fuck you. Are you kidding?
Oh no, you just got outed.
I didn't know. I was confused. Sorry,
Let
I
me
was
see your eyes.
thinking that- I
Which
was-
one of your eyes is the coral eye?
I don't look this
Which one's the
weird.
coral eye?
Well, how old? You were young. People do
No,
stupid
it's
stuff.
so big.
So you thought people would like you if you had an illness? Yeah.
With your Polly Pocket lotion. It was the
Strawberry
only way to
shortcake.
cure. Sorry, I
So
was
wait, you
thinking
were
out
like-
loud. I was doing the math.
So
in
you were
my
doing
head.
like a
I'm
big
sure
show,
you'll
like you'd be like, "Hold on, guys, I have to put on. I got a lot of lotion. I got."
Yeah, because it was something attention.
Yeah, of course.
How many of these stories were just you today?
no, a lot. Some were.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was embarrassing to me. So I was like, I'm gonna.
It's all right. We all did dumb stuff.
I just wanted.
I'm trying to think
That
what I
was
used
so
to do
funny.
that was embarrassing.
You know, like things
I
like
ju-
that you do for attention.
Yeah. I'm a middle child. I did a lot.
I remember
of,
I'd have limps just to have attention. I remember one
Yes.
time
Only child.
I did
Only
that.
child.
only child.
I did limps.
I remember I would like there was a family reunion.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I did. Oh
yeah, we all-
Yeah.
now you
I
bring
did
it up.
limps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We all. Everybody's done
Everyone's
limps.
done the limp.
We're all like, yeah, maybe if I limped, people will talk to me
Yeah,
today.
yeah. And my remember
Hey,
it
what's
was-
the limp? You're like, I can't keep this up.
I can't. It's too hard. And then
It's
I
hard
forget.
to.
and then keep
Limping
it
is
going.
not. You don't limp all day. Like if you're a
No.
kid, you hit your knee, you limp for 10 steps,
Yeah,
and then you're
you're
good.
dead, you're
Nobody's
good.
limping
No one's
for like an
like-
afternoon. They're like, do you have rickets? Like, what's wrong with you?
And then I
10-year-old with a
would
limp,
because I
like
realized it got me so
you
much
really-
attention.
they're like, this is serious. Do we got to talk to your? gotta
Gout.
call
Stem
your-
cells take care of
Childhood
this.
Yeah.
gout.
What's? You need a cane?
Did you guys ever do this? And then we'll go. my family was having like a family reunion or barbecue at my aunt's farm, and I remember no one's noticing me, and so I went and hid in my mom's or my aunt's closet to see how long it would take for someone to even notice that I wasn't there.
I did this.
And then
This is a
you
big
did
middle
this,
child
right?
move.
This big only child
I did
move.
this a lot. I took a backpack with me so they would notice my backpack was gone. I went and hid in like our downstairs bathroom that was being renovated.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna be gone. They're gonna be freaked.
They're gonna freak out.
And then I'm there for like.
Were you wearing the backpack or you just?
I just brought it to be like they're
Okay.
gonna notice because it was by the door, so I took it.
This is what I did too.
Yeah. And
then
how
I
long
realized
did you make it?
Oh, not long.
Yeah, I know.
No,
You were there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You're like, it's probably been like 3 days.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to stay too long. They're gonna call the cops.
And then I remember my mom was like, "Where have you been?" I'm like, "Oh no!" So I'm like,
Yeah.
no one was noticing me, so I went in his closet, and then no one came to get me, and she's like, "Oh, okay."
Your mom's like, Jesus Christ, I just want to drink this
I
wine.
just
Yeah,
have
I
a
thought you
headache.
were fine.
And like, and no one found me.
I
And
hid
so I
in
had to come.
in the shower of the bathroom that was being renovated.
Isn't
So the
that
shower
funny?
didn't work, so it just had like a
Yeah.
bunch of boxes
Yeah,
in it.
yeah, that's so
So I just like
funny
went
to
behind the
say.
boxes and just like hid. And my mom was unconcerned to the point that she came in and used that bathroom. Now I'm just in the shower. My mom's
Shitting beside you.
peeing, and I'm like, all right, I guess I can't come out now.
This actually happened to me. I was pranking my last boyfriend about. He doesn't listen. I was pranking him. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hide in the shower and jump out when he comes in."
Oh yeah,
But then he started shitting.
yeah. Then you're like, uh-oh.
So I had to wait there almost like 3 hours till he left the house.
You're just texting him like, I'm just out for a walk.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
And you're high. Then it's like high stakes.
Yeah, because I couldn't
Just
then pop
behind that.
out. So
I check
hid
the shower
for
curtain
3
every time.
hours.
I can't if the curtain's drawn. I can't not look behind a shower curtain.
I know. and
Who's
he
sitting
didn't.
down to shit with the shower curtain drawn and
He
not
did,
checking
and
it?
it was right there, like
He deserves to be murdered, that
shower,
guy.
And I was
Yeah,
right
no.
there, and I'm like, oh no.
You gotta check it. You gotta check it.
He still doesn't know. Like
I
if
had
he
brothers,
listens
I
to
check it
podcasts,
every
he'll
time.
know, but he still doesn't know to this day that I did that.
That's funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's okay. So I was trying to think of the equivalent of like doing that as a kid to your partner, like not the shitting part, but like hiding and then getting mad at them for not finding you, even though you're the one who
Like,
left.
what's the adult's version
Yeah,
of that?
because that's so manipulative.
Or it's like we didn't say goodnight, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you go
I
to bed.
texted you goodnight,
Oh,
you didn't say goodnight.
Yeah. When someone like when you're in like that dating phase and you're like they don't text you, so you're like good night,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh sorry,
You're
I
like,
was,
it's 10
yeah.
o'clock. You don't
It's-
go. I know when you go to
You
bed.
go to bed at 2. What are you doing? Good night.
9:15. Okay, good night, I guess.
We're
Yeah,
see-
good night, I guess.
Did you
seeing
take a
each
bunch of sleeping pills?
We're seeing each other in an hour.
Yes. Good night.
All right, I
such a-
guess. Good night.
Good night. It's totally the move.
I
guess.
texted you. You didn't text back in 25 minutes.
Good night.
Where you been?
Or no. It's when they don't text you, and then you don't, and then in the morning they're like, then they're mad at you. That's the equivalent of hiding, because I'm just not going to text and see if he texts.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
But it's still like they didn't do anything. It's even
Yeah.
worse than that. It's like you'd.
It didn't
Yeah,
seem, so I
like
didn't-
that thing where they're like, if
Yeah.
I leave them alone, people do that with friends too, right? They're like,
Yeah.
they're like, if I don't initiate making plans, let's see how long it takes for them to
Let's
make
see how
plans
long.
with me.
I've got
Yeah.
no. That
and
friend
then
is
you're just
gone
like, that
to
friend's
me.
gone.
Yeah, they'll never
Thank
talk
God.
to them again.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. I don't have any time. The only friends I want now are the people where I don't have to see them for 6 years and immediately it's fun.
But also, I think
Yeah,
that they
me
all
too. Me
people
too.
underestimate how much like it's not upsetting when someone is like, "Do you want to hang out tomorrow?" Like if you like them,
yeah.
you're like, "Yeah, good. I'm so glad you're reaching out and making the plans."
Yeah.
Whereas like I think people feel like they're like, "Oh, I'm the one always making plans." They don't even really like hanging out with me. If they didn't really like hanging out with you, they would not hang out with you.
It's true.
That's true.
It's like
So
you have to
just-
get over yourself.
Just be.
Just accept the fact that you're a connector. You're the type of person that makes the plans, and that's
yeah,
fine.
and I'm not. I'm the one who will say yes to plans, but I do not reach out
yeah.
because I don't
Yeah.
think of it. I don't know why. I just don't think of it.
Well, because we're middle and only children with a persecution complex
Maybe
that just
that's it, 'cause I'm
assumes
just
nobody
assume-
wants to spend any time with us anyway.
And I'm just so used
So like
to
if I
being
reach
alone.
out, they're gonna be like, "No, why the fuck would I want to hang out
Yeah,
with you?" You're
you're
like, "Yeah,
right.
exactly. Okay, that's what I thought." Okay, good night, I
Yeah,
guess.
good night, I guess, is the funniest.
At 11 a.m.
It's so funny.
Good night, I guess.
That's exactly what I've done that. I've played that card so many times, and it's so manipulative. Night, I guess.
All right, fine.
And then they
They
write
read
back.
it. They're like, "Good night."
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst when they counter with just a, okay, good night.
Okay, good night.
Fuck.
That's all
I love
had.
you.
That's all I had.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah,
You're
see you
like, "Wait,
tomorrow.
what?"
You're like, no.
Yeah, you're like, sweet, night off.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Crazy. Anyway, sorry, I elongated
No,
that.
that was great. Okay, I think that's it. Do you want to plug any? We don't
Hug
get a
or
huge
plug?
Hug or plug? Any?
I don't know. Watch my special on YouTube.
It's called Popcorn.
It's called Popcorn.
Ivan Decker Popcorn.
If you haven't, you're
I'll add it
you're
into
an
the
idiot.
intro as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sweet.
you're an idiot if you haven't.
Sweet.
You're
Well,
so
that's
good.
very.
You're
That's
It's the
very
best
kind.
ever.
all
That's very kind. There's some better ones out there.
No,
popcorn? No, not called popcorn.
No, that's true.
Anyway.
there's a documentary on popcorn that is better than your.
Is there?
No, no.
I want to watch it. I'm
No,
like,
there
this will be
isn't.
great.
No. Yeah, you're an idiot if you don't. Legend on our chair here. Just the best. I can't.
Thank you,
I'm
that's
just
very
humbled
nice.
that you're even spending time with us. So,
Yeah, I was not expecting you. If I'm being honest, just in my just
because you're
headliners.
such a.
Well, just headliners and also headliners in general, and then headliners at any point in your level. I wasn't even expecting you to stay. Yeah, thanks even for staying for the show last night.
Yeah,
course.
Yeah.
That's so
I get-
kind.
we get
My
people-
mom asked that. She's like, "Did he stay?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
was
get-
so
we get-
fun. You guys were hilarious.
Oh.
Thank you.
thanks.
We get
Loved
people
it.
do guest spots and they don't even. They just leave. We're like, okay.
Yeah, they're like,
it's
"I got a
fine, but-
movie. I got a movie to go to."
I gotta go see.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Anyway, not that you have to stay if you're doing a guest spot.
I
No,
actually
you
was.
do not.
I was gonna hide and see if you guys noticed.
We would have. We would have. Yeah.
I was
Or
gonna,
we would
like,
assume
I was
you
gonna
didn't
leave
like
my
us
coat.
and
They're gonna be
yeah.
like, "Where'd he go?"
His backpack's
They
still
didn't
here,
even
so
text
he's
me.
not-
Backpack.
They didn't even text me. I left my coat, and they
even
weren't even
text me.
concerned. They thought I
was
just
cold
purposely
out.
left without my coat.
They didn't
I could have been
care.
murdered.
I could have died. I could have been murdered without my coat.
cold out
So
there.
funny.
Okay.
We went to a weird nightclub last night too.
It was great.
We're Mr. Dressing it, Mr.
Mr. Dress- it's a
Mr.
beautiful
Rogers
In the neighborhood.
with your
Doc
Combat
Dude, he's
Martens.
bisexual?
Dr. Martens,
who? Mr. Dressup?
Yeah.
the Canadian guy.
Yeah.
Nice, good for him.
Yeah. That's
Ernie.
cool.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
I think so. Ernie. God damn
My
it,
dog's name.
I can't remember his
I
last
don't
name.
really remember much. I think I saw him live.
Ernie
though.
Clemens.
He
Mr.
came-
Dress Up Live.
Came to Terrace with Dudley the Dragon.
Sick. Nice.
No, not Mr. Dress Up. Mr.
You're
Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very different.
Mr. Dressup, very straight.
Mr. Dress Up, very straight Canadian man.
Yeah. Well, then was
Friendly
Mr.
Giant though,
Rogers was amazing.
very gay.
We're only
Mr.
dressing
Rogers
up
was
as we're only
American.
dressing up as lumberjacks and
Yeah.
Yeah, a guy that's got a tickle trunk is
Yeah,
straight
so
for
straight.
sure. He's the straightest one to the kid game.
we're only
I'm just
dressing up as
dressing up.
police
Hey.
officers,
Yeah. We basically
linebackers.
we call it dress up. We just put on fatigues. We do drills.
It's mostly hats. It's mostly
That's,
straight hats.
Yeah, a lot of straight cowboy hat,
Fatigues.
cargo pants.
Hard hat.
That was so funny.
Cargo pants is the straightest article of clothing I can think of. Cargo shorts. I think a utilikilt, ironically, is the straightest.
It is.
That's the straightest straight
It
man.
is.
There's a guy in town that makes those. He's like the best utility-kilts guy in, I think, the country.
Oh,
But
nice.
he has a shop that he used to worked at a cafe that was close. And if you parked in front of his shop, he would come out and just start freaking out. He was such a dick.
He didn't want you parking in front. Why? Because you're
It was
blocking
customer parking for his
Oh.
business or something. Even though it was like
Well, if the spots are available, that's an indication that he's not doing very well.
agreed.
We got to leave this spot open.
Yeah.
Any day, someone's gonna come and ask
Sunday!
for
Yeah.
a kilt.
And yeah, like someone's gonna come for a kill and be like, "Well, there's no parking. I guess I'm not getting my kill."
I
Yeah.
think the kind of guy that's buying a
A
kilt
killed is gonna find parking either
is
way.
gonna
They
order
have to
it.
drive. They're
gonna
not
order it.
biking. That's
They're gonna
for
order
sure.
it
And they're
on the
gonna order
internet.
it. You're right. What am I saying? They're not. God, a kilt is sexy though. Okay.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, Ivan.
All right, bye.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, customers.
Follow me at kilts.com.
and party Christmas store or
We got
Spirit
it.
of Christmas.
Spirit Christmas, and you got to go to my kilt store
Yeah.
called Pleats and Thank You.
Tartan sauce. You.
I've got nothing.
It's called
Really?
Spore
I
and
didn't
Rain.
get enough
Nice.
sleep. Not enough sleep last night to be punning
Okay. Okay.
brothels and such.
Okay. Well, all right.
Okay.
Later, bitches.